And it is now time for some adventures with Tiny Toon Adventures. Junkyard Dave, show us how it's done.
Thank you. We'll try to show you how it's done. But welcome GDQ. Hello GDQ chat. I see you guys. I am joined by my girlfriend who's gonna help out with some of the commentary for this and Batman. She speedruns herself. She ran Batman. Speed ran maybe. But she ran Batman and she knows stuff. As a very quick introduction, if I sound like a zombie, it's because these last 200 days in the pandemic, I didn't get sick at all. And 2 days before GDQ, my body was like, so, unfortunately, we're a little bit sick and under the weather, but we'll do the thing. So, this is Tiny Toons. Really cool Konami game. I guess I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then we can go start. But 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. So the movement in this game is partially glitched. You'll see very immediately it's probably not how you remember as a kid because we can slide on our belly and basically like slide through the entire game at like hyper speed. This is probably like the biggest reason why I like this speedrun. It has very, very, very cool movement. We have Buster, which is the rabbit guy. Plucky Duck, which is the duck. The cat is Furball, and I forget, what is the other guy's name? I forget.
We don't know.
I'll be honest with you, chat, like, I'm a fraud. I didn't really watch Tiny Toons as a kid, so this whole thing isn't like near and dear to my heart in terms of like childhood cartoon. But we do know the duck is named Plucky Duck, so there's that.
So at least I have the excuse that it never made it here, so I'm justified, but you're not, I'm sorry.
Okay. We see our first mid-boss, her name is Elmira. She's pretty easy, she's proximity based to avoid, so we just have to waste some time. And if she catches you, it's actually a huge penalty when it comes to losing time. So we're gonna enter, I guess, 1-3. There's a clip here which is very frustrating, but the window to do it is pretty big. What's so frustrating about this clip is it looks like this game is glitched or something and you can clip like a billion different ways, but no, actually you can't. That's the only clip in the game, despite you being able to clip into multiple different places. But none of the other places you can clip into do anything. It's actually counterproductive. And we're gonna enter our first boss. Hold on, I need to shut up for a second, because there's an audio cue that I used here. So we collect these keys or something. I guess they open up Montana Max's mansion. I'm not quite sure. At the end of the game. I don't know why he has like 6 keys. I guess the mansion has more than 6 doors though, hey? That's probably why. So leading into stage 2, we still use Plucky Duck because of his flight. But we're very gonna quickly switch over to the cat pretty soon. And after we switch to the cat, the game becomes much harder because you can't abuse flying over most of these screens. The trade-off with the cat is he can jump. Furball can jump. But if you want to do a couple of quick donations, Bobby, feel free to, because this is the water section and it's kind of boring.
We have a $5 donation from Garrett CRW saying, "Hey Garrett, I just wanted to wish you good luck on your Tiny Toons and Batman runs and remind you that no matter what happens, nothing will be as bad as me calling by my name instead of Dave, except maybe doing it in the donation message."
Thanks, Garrett.
And we have a $50 donation from Jacobo the Chocobo saying, "Dave, rooting you on from a whole other time zone, do it for Hubert."
We will do it for Gemfire. Maybe you could squeeze one more in if you can.
We have a $5 donation from Andy Magandy that says, "Longtime watcher, first time donating. Love GDQ and all its supporters. You are doing a great thing. Keep it up, guys."
Thank you very much. So again, Elmira, super easy. we just wait for her. She doesn't chase us if we wait there for about 9 seconds. Coming up here, we have an iframe. If you'll notice, right at the very beginning, he'll be flashing. I need to make use of those iframes to jump off this pirate and then jump off that thing without taking a hit. It's actually very sensitive. And coming into this screen, we're gonna shout out Hero82, someone that was in my chat who figured out a way to despawn this mouse's anvil, which is like the most problematic mouse, and it didn't despawn. Hero! What happened? Of course. Oh man, now we're gonna die. That's amazing. Okay, everything's fine. Everything is fine. Normally that despawns, that's funny. So we really want to keep the heart for the rest of the game.
Well, too bad.
No kidding, hey? So we have this pirate guy, and he is pretty easy to kill. But the best part about him is this mechanic in the game. We got you covered. The slamming of the face.
Thank you for showcasing that, because
that's all I wanted to do. This was like
we all feel better now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we had to show off just that one part. So we're gonna switch to Furball here. I think I need to pick up a heart, so it's gonna look a little bit weird. But I firmly believe that for the cat, this is absolutely the worst stage in the entire game in terms of execution. It's just a miserable stage, like, and I need to grab this heart, because otherwise death in this game is actually quite scary. But, see? This is why the cat's horrible on this stage. See? And that's why we grabbed the heart. If there is a stage that was gonna go bad, it was gonna be that one. But I guess what makes this a very tricky speedrun is every single jump that you're doing is actually variable height. So every single A press you're holding down for a specific or whatever amount of frames. So they're all very different. And death in this game is actually extremely scary. It usually sends you back like 2 or 3 screens or something at a time, which equates to about like a minute every single time that you die. Amara in particular is very scary because she sends you back to the beginning of the world. Every single time you have an Amara fight. We're safe here up until about 4 pixels, I guess, left of where we were standing. She's proximity based again, so she'll chase us. I have to think of how to do this strat because normally I have a heart here. I don't want to die on this bat like a fool. Okay. Oh, we didn't make it up. This mouse's hitbox is very dumb. We're gonna respect the mouse. Okay, we can go fast again. So, this game has a huge amount of RNG in it. Well, partial RNG anyway. And we see it on this boss in particular coming up. And the reason why we switched to the cat is because if we're using the duck in this screen, we actually waste like almost 15 seconds or something because the cat can just jump over that wall and he doesn't have to worry about anything. This boss is frame-based how he falls down. If he starts like the screen scrolling on the left, he'll fall from the right side. And you have to very carefully jump on his head like that. So, leading into Act 4, this is kind of like a rough spot for the cat as well. I think it's called like Boomtown or something. We looked it up in the manual the other day. I forgot what it was.
You did, I didn't.
Okay, I looked it up in the manual the other day, and I forgot. I won't pin it on us.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. We took responsibility. But, oh no, it's not gonna end well. This upcoming jump here is, I honestly think, one of the worst in the game. So I thought very carefully how to do this in a marathon setting, and we are going to be a bit of a chicken to make sure that we don't die in that pit. Otherwise, all of the other strats in this game are like to the record currently. But there's just no way. That one block that you land on is like the most cursed block in like all of NES blocks. Again, we abuse our iframes right off the start of that screen. to make sure that we can jump through all of these guys. This screen is actually another pretty hard screen for the cat. Furball. I promise he doesn't name. Okay. So, Elmira, we meet again. And she's a pushover just like the other fights. This one is a little bit easier, but I think you can kind of talk about the upcoming boss here because in terms of cat struggles...
Yeah, this is another one.
Yes, it's the worst boss in the entire game, I think, for the cat after this screen, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a pretty big source of RNG. Because as you will see, the boss is basically a gorilla boss, and the point is to hit all the little monkeys that he will spawn, and you had to hit 2 per cycle, and that basically causes one of the platforms that the gorilla, as you can see, is standing on to fall. And the objective is basically to remove all the platforms. Problem with this is that when the gorilla stomps the ground, it causes you to freeze basically, and if you cannot move, that's a bit of a problem, of course, because of course you cannot hit the monkeys on the head anymore, and that will cause you to lose cycles. And best way to approach this is, even if it doesn't look like so, is to grab the wall on the left, because at that point you don't have your feet on the ground anymore and you're safe from being frozen. See? That's exactly what I was talking about, but...
Look at them! Okay, so the monkeys, they fall randomly, and all three, the last 3, basically walk themselves off the ledge like that. I was thinking...
It's not like that.
Dude, it's literally marathon luck. I was literally thinking, like, that one monkey is gonna, like, spawn up on them. No, never, dude, never.
Of course not, man. Like, why would you expect good things to happen? Never.
Nah. Good things don't happen in Furball. Feels bad, man. This stage, we collect these little go-go dodo things. In terms of the speedrun, if you... Ooh! Okay, well, we get to collect them again because apparently we don't know how to land on the ledge. But I was going to say, Mr. Bobby, if you would like to read 1 or 2 more donations, you're probably okay.
All right, I will. We have a $50 donation from a tired Shawnee that says, really proud to see you on the big stage, David. I would say do your best, but we know you always do. Much love from your little brother who is looking up to you. Donation goes to Junkyard Dave's Choice.
Thank you.
And we do have a $5 donation from Birdman and Pistache that says, best of luck, Dave. You're going to do great.
Thanks, Birdman. Appreciate that, too. Yes. Hamster, you almost killed me laughing. Thank you, sir. Alright, so this stage, even though we took a death plunge for no reason, the next stage is really awful. So Kat can take it from here again.
Sure. First screen is already annoying because the game decides for no reason whatsoever to take the lights out. So you're left in the dark wandering. Problem with that is that you have to, while trying to go fast, avoid hits, avoid stuff falling from the ceiling, avoid enemies. That was pretty smooth. So there's a lot going on. Here, spikes are insta-death, which means the best way to approach it is to just slide under them. Eventually you can take some damage from one of those guards and you can kind of run through, but that's a little risky and it wastes a heart, so not worth it. And this is on the vertical section, just try not to get hit. That's perfectly fine. Here, there's giant dogs running at you, the speed of light.
Most muscled up dogs ever.
Yeah, literally, with the weirdest hitboxes, and Stans came out with a strat with which you can kind of cruise through that.
I failed just Stans, I'm sorry.
Yeah. but it's okay. This is the last boss. Huge source of RNG. All the glows can travel across the screen however they want. You have to try not to get hit by coins or
also,
the
sorry.
glows. Yeah.
That was
That was pretty fast, see?
That was really fast.
That was very good.
Yeah,
GG's on that.
thank you. That we made up dying to like an idiot on whatever that spot is. So. Okay, that concludes Tiny Toons, I suppose. There's really not much to say about this run. I guess if other people are interested, please run it. I'm like one of just a few people that have run it in like the last few years. So, it's a very fun speed run, but it doesn't see a lot of traffic. But you can always check out, I guess, other people that run it. But you know what? In terms of stuff, I'm happy because this honestly is actually a very unsafe marathon run. But I guess we'll set up for Batman because I'm running Batman right afterwards, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right, that was an amazing run. Thank you so much for that. I actually think my mute button was a little bit wrong, so I think there was a donation that wasn't read, but it was by that you didn't hear. It was by a whole hamster, and it said chicken noises. That's what makes us family, and that was what he was laughing about. And I think my mute button was a little wrong. It's early here. I'm allowed one mistake. I hope you all forgive me, Twitch chat. Please forgive me. We've got more coming up though. We have Batman coming up with Junkyard Dave. That's coming up next, and we do have some great incentives for Cave Story 3D and for Paper Mario. We have a $25 donation from Jimmy Fan that says, let's get that Paper Mario run going. Hope all the runners are having a great time streaming from the comfort of home. Fingers crossed next year is in person again. I agree.